back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Today I am covering Dragon Ball Super Chapter 76 because I'm gonna have to say it. It was fire! As I said last month, I've been enjoying Dragon Ball Super quite a bit recently. This new arc has actually presented great character development for the likes of Vegeta with his Ultra Ego Transformation. There's also Granolah's backstory where it's actually good instead of, oh, you know, I'm evil for the sake of being evil. You know, all that shit we've seen before. And also, now we learn more about Goku's father, Bardock.
Hey yo, what the
I even like the way the power scaling has been handled, since it's created more individualism between Goku and Vegeta, where they have a unique path to attain their power instead of always using similar moves. We all know how ridiculous it gets in Dragon Ball Super 2 and the series in general. A new villain appears that decides to have a bigger number and big PP energy more than Goku and Vegeta. They have a They have a power level comparison, right? And then they have a competition with whose number's bigger, thus making the history and their goal to be the best fighter in the universe repeat itself. But at this point of the series, being a fan for over 20 years,
God damn!
sometimes I, or you know, I guess all of us, like to sit down, have a good meal, and just turn off our brains to enjoy two muscly men transform so they can beat each other to death. You know, that's what we want. Yeah, is that a guy thing? I don't know, but it's fucking flames.
So true.
Dragon Ball Super Chapter 76 starts with a weakened Vegeta struggling to dodge the continuous rapid-fire ki blast from Granolah. Vegeta is too exhausted to tank any more hits due to Granolah activating his Sharingan in the last chapter. So his last resort is to try his best to avoid these attacks. Granolah acknowledges this fact by taunting Vegeta that his attacks aren't invigorating him anymore, as Vegeta once claimed in Chapter 75 that he was enjoying the pain as it was increasing his power and ego. Vegeta stated that he only grows stronger the more destruction there is as his soul burns. Granolah continues to beat down on Vegeta, disrespecting him by putting his dusty ass feet on his McDonald hairline, saying, "No more super ego?" Granolah believes that because he seems to be winning the battle, the universe is proving him right, because fate has clearly decided that all Saiyans are doomed to die. But Vegeta's like, what? You dusty ass them? Move your feet from my face, bitch. You youngsters are way too disrespectful in this new age, bitch. So even in his base form Vegeta refuses to give up as he grabs Granolah's leg and proclaims that he spoke too soon. He himself is the master of his own fate. Granolah is shocked at Vegeta's resilience and will to keep on fighting while staring death in the face, as he puts it. He bashes Vegeta's head in telling him to learn to realize when he's officially lost. But I think this line from Vegeta cuts very deep. Vegeta's philosophy that he is the master of his own fate stems from childhood, as we know, as Vegeta himself was oppressed his entire life by Frieza, and Vegeta was told what to do his entire life, even after witnessing the extermination of his own Saiyan race and the death of his father by the very hands of the person he served. Vegeta is the perfect person that can understand what Granolah is feeling and what he's going through. Vegeta stating that he is the master of his own fate stems from even his first introduction, where he came to Earth in search of the Dragon Balls to gain immortality so that he can destroy Frieza that oppresses him. Vegeta strived for freedom with the use of power, to be the master of his own fate, as he puts it in Chapter 76. Vegeta and Granolah actually share a lot of parallels, and through him learning the truth regarding what happened in the past, it could lead to a redemption arc. Granolah, much like Vegeta, strives for power to gain freedom from his own hatred and pain. He wants to enact oppression and revenge upon the Saiyan race that once did it to him. But as we all know, he isn't solving the core issue within himself, which is love and those you care for. Rather, he is spreading a vicious cycle, which Chapter 76 perfectly portrays. Like, mwah! Like, this was I'm actually shocked. Dragon Ball Super good writing in 2021? I'm joking.
No, you ain't.
Anyway guys, please stick around to the end for me to explain in more detail what I mean, and I would really appreciate if you can smash that like button right now. As I said, I'll be covering Dragon Ball Super monthly, so you need to also hit the notification bell for the channel so that next time you don't miss out when I upload it. But moving back to the chapter, Granolah continues to beat up Vegeta ruthlessly, but in the nick of time, Goku jumps to Vegeta's aid and knocks a heavy punch right to his face. Goku tells Vegeta how he wants to take it over from here, but he doesn't agree, saying what? And he then lands a heavy kick right to Goku's side, knocking him back. This is a throwback and exactly like the kick that Android 18 did against Vegeta back in the Android saga. Remember when Vegeta's ego was hurt back then? He just attained Super Saiyan and he was boasting about its unmatched power to everyone, but then it became redundant within only a few episodes, destroying his ego once again. So by Goku offering to help against Granolah, it's a reminder to him and hurts his pride, which is something a Saiyan always keeps. So Vegeta declares that Goku doesn't take over without his say. He explains that there's no other person he'd rather beat to hell and back than him. Now Goku is confused in regards to why Vegeta is acting like this once again, assuming that he has gone back to his old attitude. But Vegeta tells him that he's got it all wrong. He states that he's only ever agreed to fight with him side by side when they have something to protect. Goku then asks Vegeta, concerned about protecting his own life and whether Vegeta is trying to get killed, but he responds saying dying is better than teaming up with Goku. Now, all jokes aside, I've seen many people have the opinion that this exchange of words between the two shows that Vegeta went through a drastic character regression. But I'd say I disagree. Think about it. Ever since the concept of fusion has been shown to us since Dragon Ball Z, we know for a fact that Vegeta never enjoyed the thought of teaming up with Goku. This was shown back in chapter 309 of Dragon Ball Z, when Vegeta at first hated the thought of fusing with Goku, and that he'd rather die. However, in order to save the world from Buu, Vegeta had no choice, and therefore Vegeta was born through the Patora earrings. Even if you look back at the Broly movie or the Goku Black scenario, Vegeta objected to the whole idea until he was left with no choice, since he had something to protect and everyone was in immediate danger, rather than the scenario that he is in now against Granolah. On top of that, it's not like Vegeta is turning back to his margin self or the Saiyan saga. The storytelling is just putting more emphasis on his ego and training with Beerus, where Vegeta wants to take it to its limits and not get the freaking supreme L this series loves to give him in every single fight. I mean, this dude be staking L's in every saga and every fight. The collage is evidence for this. But Vegeta said, this ain't happening today, baby. You know, I ain't getting the L. You know? Can I get a W for once?
It's ridiculous. It's obvious what's being done out here. It's on a nightly basis. I hope the world can see now what's really going on out here.
So suddenly Granolah dashes towards Vegeta, but luckily Goku quickly notices before he can lay a finishing blow on him and uses his ki to push him away out of danger. It grazes Vegeta to knock him out on the floor. Granolah then asks Goku how he was able to react in time, assuming it was pure luck. Goku mentions how he's figured out Granolah's technique and it would no longer work on him. This is where we see Goku's genius in martial art ability where it comes into play, because Granolah tries to go for the same attack on Goku's neck. It temporarily knocks him down, but he quickly gets up and responds with a ki blast to Granolah's back, ultimately proving Goku's point that the same move isn't gonna work on him forever. To Granolah's ignorance, he once again tries the same move, but this time Goku grabs his arm and big slaps him back. Granolah realizes that the reason Goku is able to counter his attack is due to him shifting his vitals out of harm's way. Goku confirms this, further stating that there's the smallest pause between locking onto his vitals and an attack that follows. Although he isn't able to dodge the attack completely, it's only just enough where Granolah isn't able to hit him towards any vital spots. Granolah's impressed, and he states how Goku has actually thought this through, although his attacks are still purely based on defense, so he won't last much longer. Vegeta then wakes up,
Good evening,
as he looks looks up to the sky to see them fighting against each other. Granola's attacks start to wear Goku down as he realizes that his body won't last much longer. This is where Vegeta tells Goku that he wants to tag back in. Goku is still concerned as to why Vegeta is so obsessed with trying to fight Granolah all on his own.
Bitch, are you dumb?
Vegeta isn't entirely too sure himself, and he blames it all on his stubborn Saiyan pride. He continues to state how Granolah just learned about his new power and he's nearing his limits just like them. Granolah stands in the distance looking very exhausted, so Vegeta sees this as an opening for victory as he pleads with Goku to allow him to at least get one W over him for once.
No.
Like, god damn! Goku, we know you're the protagonist. The only W that Vegeta can remember his entire life, and you guys know, is clapping Bulma's cheeks, fam. So, you know, he's like, you have everything, yeah? Give me one, give me something.
No.
This is when Goku finally allows Vegeta to have his way, warning him not to die. Vegeta then questions Granolah whether he thinks he survived all this time all for the sake of only revenge. Is there nothing more to life than this single goal? These particular words leave Granolah speechless as Vegeta explains that he's not one to deny Granolah's mission and how he has zero regrets. He's ready to go all out, wanting to see all his strength. This is when Vegeta charges back into his Ultra Ego form, which comes to Granolah's shock due to him believing that Vegeta has already reached his limit. Vegeta then claps back, stating that his power is unbounded. It has no limits, which again kinda insinuates how Vegeta can surpass and challenge Goku going forward. He's taking on Granolah at 100% power in his form with 2 red eyes activated. Oh wait, I mean 2 Sharingans activated, whilst, you know, Goku couldn't. So the chapter does a good job of keeping things competitive between the 2 protagonists that we love. Vegeta proceeds to get the upper hand and hits Gronolah with some ki and headbutts him towards the bordered Cerealian city. Gronolah stops himself by landing on the border, but he gets kicked immediately through the barrier, knocking him to the floor. He starts to panic as he pleads with Vegeta that they shouldn't continue and they should fight elsewhere, which again parallels Vegeta, Goku and the other heroes that would be in this reverse scenario in previous arcs. For example, look at the Cell arc, Buu Saga and much more. This is because the heroes had something to protect, which would limit how much power they could release, but Vegeta finally can enjoy the thrill of being unbounded again, as he puts it. Now, due to how reckless Gronolah was with his abandoned city in the previous chapter, Vegeta mocked him that he thought Gronolah didn't care about anything, which makes it obvious that Vegeta is trying to make him learn a lesson in his wisdom in his old age, as he once saw himself in Gronolah, right? So as his frustration grows, he starts to throw a punch, but Vegeta, with his Black Air Force energy, he just smirks at that shit and he takes a big fat bite into Granolah's arm. We all know that Goku always tends to bite literally every antagonist he battles with, and it's a clear nod to the Buu fight. Granolah is absolutely disgusted by Vegeta doing this as he knocks him over, calling him an animal. However, Vegeta just continues to mock him, saying that he is not able to use his previous rapid fire moves in a city, can he? But this man Granolah, he's like, man, this city, and he states that at point blank range the city should be fine. This is when Granolah just absolutely barrages Vegeta with a multitude of rapid fire ki blasts, causing Vegeta to literally go unconscious on the ground. Like, this is such a raw scene, man. Like, look at this shit. My man got his 2 guns out, popped his enemy 500 times point blank. This is gonna look epic in the anime, right? Now at this point, Gronolah is absolutely exhausted. His other red eye has disappeared and he doesn't have the energy to fight anymore. As he rests on a part of a nearby building, the building starts to crumble and fall apart. He then notices that in the building lies 2 natives, a mother and child, who fear for their lives as the building is crumbling down. Seeing this literally gives Gronolah Vietnam flashbacks, as this reminds him of when he was a child escaping the destruction of the Saiyans. Gronolah as a child had to suffer from all the destruction from the Saiyans as he rushed to seek refuge to his mother in order to escape all the violence. Gronolah realizes the destruction he's causing, and he doesn't want the same thing that he went through as a kid happen to all the natives on this planet. At this point, Vegeta has been completely beaten up, as he states he doesn't blame Gronolah for wanting to kill him due to everything the Saiyans have done to his people. Vegeta then proceeds to ask him a very important question. question, and that was whether Granolah believed that the eradication of all Saiyans will just repeat history. These very lines show Vegeta's maturity and wisdom compared to Granolah. He states how the Cerealians were never a savage tribe, so it's odd how he is resulting in such violence like this. Unlike Granolah, Vegeta comes from a very violent alien race. Over the years, he's seen it all, and how violence and destruction doesn't make things actually better. And since all the Saiyans are dead, it's only up to Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans, to atone for the previous sins of his people and end the cycle of hatred in the entire universe. Yeah, it does sound cliche, I have to admit it, but I love it coming from Vegeta because, you know, at the end of the day, he's the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Now, Gronolah, with the thick stubborn skull that this man has, he doesn't give a shit for what Vegeta has to say at all. He then proceeds to throw him out of the barrier and charges up a huge attack as he claims how he is prepared to die, all just for the victory against Vegeta. Gronolah is so clouded by hatred that he doesn't even care about his goal to kill Frieza anymore. He's just focused on wanting to kill Vegeta that he's literally willing to die over something so dumb.
You idiot.
Vegeta apologizes to Lord Beerus for not mastering the Ultra Ego form due to him finding it difficult to revert back to the old callous, selfish and ruthless person that he was in the past. So all this time, Vegeta was just acting like his old self in order to unlock the power of God of Destruction. Remember back in chapter 69 when Beerus was training Vegeta and he told him that the only way he was able to use a god's power was to ignore all of his past regrets and embrace the true Saiyan he once was. And although Vegeta attempted to do this during the fight with Gronolah, in the end his results become futile, which shows his character development from his previous self to who he is now. Love is the answer, guys. We all need to have self-love. Love thyself, love thy neighbor. You know what I'm trying to say? Vegeta still cares about everyone and his family, and the hatred he bared in his heart that haunted him just as it does Gronolah, it's no longer prominent. Goku rushes to stop them, but a ship with Granolah's Namekian friend Moneto is inside. Through seeing Goku's face, Moneto instantly recognizes him because he looks exactly like Bardock. Both Goku and Moneto reach Granolah as he continues to charge up his huge blast he's stored up to kill Vegeta. And just as he's about to release it, Moneto yells at Granolah to knock it off, catching him off guard as he's confused as to how he got there. Goku then knocks into Granolah, stopping the blast, and Moneto explains everything. That there was a single Saiyan who didn't deserve Granolah's vengeance. Of course, Granolah is absolutely confused as to like, wait, what?
I'm confused. I'm confused right now, G.
My hatred was misguided this whole time? What, Saiyan? And this was the exact moment when Moneto comes to reveal that the one Saiyan who actually saved their people was Bardock, Goku's dad. I thought, personally, this was a great reveal because a lot of people saying no, it wasn't, I don't like it, it's trash, but let me explain. We know the backstory with Gine and Bardock is canon now, as they are the ones that sent Goku to Earth to have a better life. This reveal will only show the build up to Bardock's heart opening up and being selfless, right? Which would then explain how eventually he tried to stop Frieza and strive to be a better person in the Saiyan race. As even Vegeta acknowledges in this chapter that he still wishes to love and protect those he cares about. That a Saiyan's nature can be changed and the unity is required between their race. Just look at the original Super Saiyan God story that we were told in the past. It required the love and alliance between multiple Saiyans to make it happen, and then it destroyed evil, right? I don't know why anyone would be upset with this reveal because it just adds layers to the Saiyan race and even gives Goku more reason to why he ended up being a good person. Anyways, that's all my thoughts for this month's chapter. Let me know yours in the comment section below. As I said, make sure to hit the notification bell because I will definitely start covering next month too. Smash the like button and I'll see you guys next time.